In this episode, the crew has a question for Captain Bob.
Captain Bob, we all want to ask you something.
Yes, well, what is it?
Why is it that, when we pillage a harbor town, some areas of the town have plenty of magnificent things to liberate, while other parts have nothing?
Yes. Why do some people have more things than other people?
You see, it's like this. Societies rank people based on things like the job you have, the amount of money you make,
Or steal.
the family you belong to, the caste you were born into, the neighborhood you live in, even your accent. When societies rank their members into classes, we call this social stratification. Like the layers of cake. Some classes have more prestige than others.
This has implications for the towns or neighborhoods we rob.
Indeed. That's why we only visit certain towns.
I see. I often wondered why we would pass by some towns that looked undefended.
How long have social classes existed?
There is good evidence for the emergence of social classes with the first civilizations. In Mesopotamia, that took place between 4,500 and 6,000 years ago.
Why do these social classes exist?
One theory is that social classes emerged when a few families gained control of the surplus grain.
The families who had control of the surplus controlled the food.
And of course, if a famine struck, they would be the first to be fed from the surplus.
Some things never change.
As long as there was a surplus of food, not everyone in the society had to be involved in farming. They were free to do other things. Labor specialization emerged.
Labor specialization? You mean, people could become house builders, weavers, spinners, artisans,
And bureaucrats.
and bureaucrats.
That's right. Some jobs were more highly valued than others. The further your job was from manual labor, the higher its prestige.
Some things never change. Are there any societies today that don't have social stratification?
There are only a very few. The Jutwansi are foragers living in the Kalahari Desert in Africa. They live in small bands, and everyone is equal. There are no social classes.
The correlation I'm seeing is that once a society settles down and begins to live in cities, social stratification is inevitable.
That seems to be the case. People began trading for goods and services they could not provide for themselves, and began accumulating possessions. Some families accumulated more stuff than others, and gained prestige in society as a result.
Oh, I see. These individuals and families passed on what they had to future generations, concentrating wealth into the hands of a few groups.
And then we come along and liberate it.